in my case, we studied British accent, and it's been really complicated for me to get the accent. I have to practice a lot, and it was really tough. And in a certain way, sometimes I feel that I'm copying someone and that I am not building my own accent. You know, that they can have their own accent.
Yes, yes. Hello everyone. अभी जिनको आपने सुना वो है तमारा मोरेल्स, जो कि अर्जेंटीना के इंग्लिश ट्रेनर हैं, और इस वीडियो में हमने लैंग्वेज के डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट पे बात की है, जैसे कि प्रोनाउंसिएशन हो गया, एक्सेंट हो गया, या लोगों को कैसे हेजिटेशन होता है जब वो इंग्लिश सीखते हैं, और उन्हें क्या क्या करना चाहिए, क्या क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. ये वीडियो उनके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा जो अक्सर ब्रिटिश या अमेरिकन एक्सेंट में जब बात करते हैं लोग, उन्हें सुनकर हेजिटेशन फील करते हैं क्योंकि वो इंडियन एक्सेंट में बात करते हैं. सो आपको मैं बता दूं कि बाहर के लोग भी इंडियन एक्सेंट को चूज कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये बहुत इजी है. तमारा मोरेल्स और उनके मेट्स ने इंडियन एक्सेंट चूज किया है, ना कि ब्रिटिश और अमेरिकन. और यहाँ पे मैं ये बिल्कुल नहीं बोलना चाहूंगी कि ब्रिटिश और अमेरिकन एक्सेंट सही नहीं है वो. और यहाँ पे आपको ये भी बता दूं कि ब्रिटिश और अमेरिकन एक्सेंट में अगर आप बात करना चाहते हैं तो उसमें भी कोई बुराई नहीं है, आप सीख सकते हैं. पर अगर आप एक बिगनर हैं, आप इंडिया में हैं या आउटसाइड जो है रह रहे हैं जहाँ पे नेटिव नहीं है इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, तो आपको थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो सकता है उन्हें समझने में. इसीलिए आप शुरुआत कीजिए इंडियन एक्सेंट से, तो आपको आसानी होगा. इस वीडियो में जो भी डिस्कस किया गया इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें उसका मैंने चैप्टर्स दे दिया है, तो अगर आप चैप्टर्स से जो है टाइम देखकर सीधा उस वीडियो या उस पार्ट पे जंप करना चाहते हैं तो आप कर सकते हैं. मेरा तो ये सजेशन रहेगा कि आप टाइम निकाल कर ये पूरा वीडियो देखिए, समझिए, इससे आपको जरूर कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा और आपको पता चलेगा कि हम जो सोचते थे अभी तक वो शायद गलत सोचते थे. सो आपको एक मोटिवेशन मिलेगा कि आपको इंग्लिश सीखना है चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, नो मैटर व्हाट हैपेंस. So this was all I had to say. Enjoy the conversation. So am I pronouncing it right? Like it's Tamara? How to pronounce your name?
Tamara. Yes, it's perfect. I was going to ask exactly the same. How do you pronounce your name?
It's Sadhna.
Sadhna. Oh.
Sadhna.
Amazing. Excellent. Thank you. Here. Oh. Well, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's been really complicated to get someone to tell us a bit about their country, and but we are finally here.
Yeah. All the more happy to help, because I also wanted to set an example for the learners here, because they don't focus on Indian accent and they just run after British accent or American accent. So I just want to convey this thing that any accent in which you're comfortable at, you should choose that accent. So that is my motto.
Yes. Yes, because in my case, we studied British accent, and it's been really complicated for me to get the accent. I have to practice a lot, and it was really tough. And in a certain way, sometimes I feel that I'm copying someone and that I am not building my own accent. I think that it's really important for our students to know that they can have their own accent.
Yes. That's true.
So, can you tell us a bit about yourself? We want to know, how did you learn English? Maybe you want to tell us a bit your childhood, anything that you want to share with us.
So currently I am an English trainer at YouTube channel Letter Better. Have you visited that channel?
Yes. I have been watching all your.
Actually, it's Hindi to English. That's why it might be difficult for you. So I've been on YouTube. I've been teaching on YouTube for half an hour, 1.5 years now, and it's been great till now. And I graduated in electrical and electronics engineering. So my background is engineering background. And after that, I prepared for 5 years for government exams, civil services, but I couldn't make through it. So I just tried to, do something which I love. So this is what I love: language learning, teaching, sharing knowledge with other people. And I know that how difficult it is to learn a foreign language.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is
definitely.
Switching to some other language other than your mother tongue is very difficult. So I think
and then find a way to teach it.
Yeah.
Because you have to transmit a language, and sometimes it's really difficult because learners tend to get frustrated because they want to have exactly the same pronunciation that native have, and they get frustrated.
Yes, yes, they get frustrated. So this is actually what happens. They run after any particular language, like accent. They end up getting frustrated, and they just. I think rather than this, they should focus on building their own accent. Whatever accent suits them, they should go for that. So I'm happy that I have turned my passion into my profession. So
Yes.
that's good.
Yes, sometimes you start something and then you realize that maybe it's not the thing that you wanted to do. And well, in my case, I wanted to become a translator, but then he say, I love teaching. I have always liked teaching. So then he say, well, what am I doing here? I want to be a teacher. And when I started the prof, everything changed in my life because I realized that I wanted to be a teacher. And well,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. I really like your posters. They are amazing.
Thank you. It motivates me. It's good, like some motivational thoughts. In fact, on Instagram also, with a post, I always post like main post. There's a post conveying some motivational quotes or ideas that could motivate people. So I try to insert that also.
Yes, that was the first thing that I noticed about your Instagram account, and that was the reason why I sent you a message, because it was like, oh my God, this teacher really motivates her students, and I really like when that happens, and teachers do not focus too much on pronunciation, on making their students perfect, because sometimes here it happens that they want their students to be perfect and to copy accents, but they do not teach them to feel comfortable with themselves. And well, it's good to know that you really cared about your students building their own accent. Yes. And well, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 3 languages. Or okay, I should say one is the dialect, that is Chhattisgarhi. I hail from Chhattisgarh state of India, that is in the central part of India. And we have this mother tongue, like Chhattisgarhi is a dialect. It is it's called Boli. In Hindi, it's Boli. And dialect is something which is spoken in a particular part with like few speakers are there. There's no script. There's no script of that. So it is not recognized as a language actually. It's a Boli. Like in a particular geographical region, it is spoken by few people. So like it is, split, like one language splits into other parts or the information from different languages. So this is dialect. So Chhattisgarhi that I speak is dialect, and there are many other languages. So I can say that I can perfectly speak these 3 languages, like Hindi, Chhattisgarhi, and English. So I can have conversation with, and a bit of Spanish also I was learning because I was interested.
Amazing. And how is it going?
Actually, I just studied it for 1.5 months. Just as a interest, like I was interested in it, but then I discontinued it. So I don't have much knowledge about it. But yes, they say hola, ¿cómo está usted? Like this, like, how are you?
Okay.
So they say ¿cómo está usted? So yeah, so a bit of like I was learning, but I discontinued because as an English trainer, I have to learn a lot. I have to study a lot to people also. So maybe in future, if I get time, I would definitely love to learn Spanish as well.
Yes, of course, because then when you know another language, you can have even more learners. And nowadays with Instagram accounts, you can help plenty of people. I watched all your TikToks and those things, reels, and they were really interesting. And apart from that, you can share that with your own students, and they are really short and useful. Yes, it's amazing. And how many languages are there in India? Because we found out that there are many languages, but which are the most important ones?
Okay. So let me explain. So in total, I would say that it's about 19K plus, like 19,000 plus languages. But actually, not every language is recognized. Only 22 languages are scheduled languages. Like in Constitution, we have 22 languages, scheduled languages. So those 22 languages are considered like recognized by like Indian Constitution. And I would say that most like Hindi is the most spoken language in India.
Like we have around 131 or 132 crore people. So out of those 1.3 billion people, 52 crores speak Hindi. So more than 50% people speak Hindi in India. And there are many other languages, like second most spoken language is Bengali, and then Marathi. Yeah. And there are so many other, like Gujarati, Sanskrit is also spoken, so oldest like language, and many other languages are there. Malayalam, yeah. In the southern part, it is very prevalent, like Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu. And you must be knowing that Tamil is the oldest language on the earth. Have you heard about this?
Yes, yes, because I have been reading about it.
Yeah. Tamil, and then after that, Sanskrit is regarded. So these are the languages.
And what about English?
English.
Do they consider it as an important language? Do Indian people like learning it or not?
India is second largest English-speaking country, I guess.
Ah, excellent.
Second largest English-speaking country. So we have been a colony to British. So we had been a colony to British. For 200 years, we were a colony to British. So then we got freedom in 1947. So we have an influence of British. So they brought English. So like official language is also English in India. There are two official languages, English and Hindi. So, and the court, the high courts and Supreme Courts, they work on this language only. So English is a very important part of our like society. And whoever is like running away from English, they shouldn't, because it's just a language. And I always say that your mother tongue is your identity, but your language is your like necessity. Okay.
Yes.
Along with your mother tongue, you should study what is necessary for you, or what is going to improve, bring improvement or bring advancement in your career as well. Or as a person also, when a person learns languages, more than one languages, the personality also develops, and you get to know different culture as well. So yes, English has been a part, very important part of like Indian culture, and people are recognizing this thing, and they're learning also. They're putting efforts to learn English, so it's good.
Amazing. And you told me that they cared a lot about their pronunciation sometimes, and they feel ashamed about it. And can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah. Actually, you know that you receive pronunciation that we so receive pronunciation is from British, like, so receive pronunciation was linked to the social status of people, like high strata of society, high class used to speak that. So till today people think that it is linked to social status. That's why they like feel inferior, or when they speak in British accent, they think that they are like elite class. So whoever speaks in British or American, they think they're of higher class. So this like thinking should go away, and they should understand that it's just a language. If you are interested, if you are comfortable at British accent, American accent, you should definitely go for it. But it is important that first, before learning a language, you should develop your own accent. Be comfortable in whatever you are speaking. Communication is more important. If you are able to communicate with other person freely, frankly, then you should go for British American accent. There's nothing wrong in it. I always say that. In fact, I am also like, I don't speak in British accent or American accent. I can. It needs a lot of practice, and I have to like delve deep into it. So I'm right now focusing on my own accent, like whatever, how the way I speak, it's my own accent. Like I don't copy anyone. I just try to build a connection with the people. It is very important to build a connection when you are, speaking a language. So it is important.
Yes, because a language is all about communication. If you cannot transmit a message, and if sometimes you are not polite, you are not going to get that person to talk to you.
Yes.
So it's all about communication. And well, you told me about you told me about that. Okay, you answered many questions. And well, doing some research, we read that there are some lexical differences between Indian English and RP.
Yes,
Can
yes.
you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, there are differences actually, because owing to the Sanskrit origin, like Sanskrit linked to our, we use Sanskrit. So we have that, we are accustomed to speaking English words in a particular way, like in different ways. So we don't use British accent or the received pronunciation. For example, there's a word called far, F-A-R. So we pronounce it as far, like R is pronounced, but in a British accent, we say far. We say only
Yes,
far, and we don't pronounce the word at the last, like three-letter word. We just omit that R and we say far. It's very far away. We say it's very far away. But in India, we say it's far away. So we stress a bit on R. So there are some differences. Like, for example, second example, student. We say student in Indian pronunciation. And in British, they say student. Have you heard? Student. So they say,
student, yes.
yeah, they say student. So it's like stew. They say stew. And we say student, stew, like O is pronounced. So basic, these kind of differences are there. So it's not like we don't stress much and we don't omit like the words or the pronunciation. We clearly pronounce it. So Indian pronunciation is like we clearly pronounce everything. So there are some differences.
Excellent. Wonderful. And now I want to know a bit about teaching. We have been talking about it, but if your students produce a sound different from standard English, do you correct them?
Okay. Yeah, actually on YouTube, most of the people want to speak like Britishers or American, like in British or American accent. So they always, sometimes they also pinpoint me that you are, ma'am, you are also pronouncing wrong. So I say that it's Indian English, you won't understand.
Yes.
So there are different kinds of accents. So they have to understand. Okay. So if I think that some word they are pronouncing wrong, which can create miscommunication, then only I correct them.
Yes, we have to work on certain sounds. If not, we are not going to transmit the message. But I think that I can understand you perfectly. Your sounds are really nice, and it's all about what you want to transmit.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you.
So I would like to give an example. There are
Yes,
two,
yes.
pen and pay. Pain, pain, suffering, pain and pen that we write with pen. So it's pen, pen. This is pain. Okay, so pain and pen. When you mix these, like if you pronounce pain as pen or pain as pen, so it would, miscommunicate. It would create miscommunication, and the other person would not understand. So these things I just pinpoint that, okay, this is where you're going wrong. Not every kind of pronunciation. So yes, I have a habit of doing that. I do correct them.
And how do you think that it is the best way to provide feedback?
Best way to provide feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I take online classes also. So in online classes, I have this face-to-face conversation. So to them, I can give feedback. But on YouTube, they just comment me. Those who are taking online classes, I can just face-to-face correct their mistakes or guide them. But on YouTube, when they are only commenting or they are messaging me, I don't know how they are talking or how they are speaking. So apart from that, in online class, I try to give feedback, like whatever they're speaking, then I correct them in their pronunciation, or try to see that what kind of language they're using, and what kind of feedback are you asking? Like,
No. I was asking you because, well, we know that it's really important to be polite when providing feedback, and apart from that, we don't want people to give up when learning a language because this is something really common.
Yeah. In that sense, I always try that. I always try to encourage them. Like there's 5 to 6 people, and someone has a good grasping power, or someone's accent is good. So I say that be in your own skin, be comfortable with who you are. Don't just like compare with other people that they are speaking with some good accent or you're not speaking. So be confident that whatever you are speaking, be confident in that. So I always tell them that don't hesitate or don't compare with others. Just compete with yourself, that whatever you are doing, just compete with yourself and say that, and the thing that whatever you are doing day by day, improvement is there or not. So compete with yourself.
Yes, it's just about working every single day, because you're not going to learn the language if you're not working hard. I mean, in my case, it's been really complicated because I started when I was 7 years old. And when I started the prof, I have to change many aspects of my language. And it was like a kind of joke, because you are not expecting your English to be like that bad. I remember that I would get a bad feedback and I would get so frustrated. And now I can see this with my students, and it's difficult sometimes to tell them not to give up when you know that, when you felt that, you know. So
Yes, the teacher has to motivate people, like students.
yes.
His motivation is very important. Even if someone is going wrong, you can't give negative feedback to them. Just like point out their mistakes and give them ideas to improve the pronunciation, or how can they speak in a better way. But discouraging is not an option. They shouldn't discourage, or they should always
Yes,
motivate.
because they are trying, and
Yeah,
that is the most important thing. And apart from that, at the beginning, you're not going to speak English. You have some students who go through the silent period, and we don't have to force them to speak. And it's complicated sometimes to understand it as teachers, because we want them to speak, we want them to express themselves, but there are many things which are related to lexical aspects. Because if they don't have vocabulary, they have to build up their own vocabulary. If not, they are not going to be able to express their ideas.
So it's important, like in every field, and especially in language, when you're learning a new language, practicing is the only option. The more you practice, the more fluent you become, or the more improvement you will see in your speaking skills. So it's important. It's a lifelong process. You always learn. It's not like you will learn in 1 or 2 days or 3 to 4 months. Language is something you have to give a sufficient amount of time to grasp the culture and how they are using. Slangs are there in British American, slangs are also there. So you won't understand unless you know the meaning. Slangs are very difficult. So I think you should go by the simple English, then slangs, then official English, and so on and so forth. So this way one can learn. And just jumping to particular accent is not a good way of learning. Even even I am criticized, so many people from British, I was criticized by a Poland speaker, that your accent is very pathetic. So I just told him that you won't understand. In India, we are just trying to make people feel more confident. We are trying to get them better. Okay, so what I told them that there are many villages, many small towns where people are even, let alone speaking, they even not able to try to speak. They even don't think of speaking just because someone will criticize them, or, they hesitate. So this shouldn't happen. So I told them that I can speak in British and American accent, but I am speaking in Indian accent just to convey to people, because I'm teaching. If I'll speak in British and American accent, how will they understand? I'm teaching, then how will they understand, the students?
Yes.
So I tried to make him understand that
yes. Yes, we have to think about our students, because if we produce the accent that we learned in the places where we study, it's really complicated for them to get the words. Sometimes it happens to me that I do not realize, and that I pronounce a word which they have never listened to, and they're like, what is that? And maybe it was a really common word that they know, but they don't get it because I pronounce it differently. And I think that this has to do with the fact that they are not used to listening. And I think that is something that we have to change. The students should listen to every single accent that they can. They should be exposed to accents, and not only American and British accents. Because then when they listen someone who speaks from a different country, they think that that person is not right. When they listen to Indian English, when they listen For example, the other day we were talking about Mexican people speaking English and how they speak, and they were like, that is not the right way to speak English. And it was like, yeah, it is the right way to speak English. Every single person can speak English as they want because it has to do with who they are. And this is what you say. We have to teach that to our students. There is not a perfect accent. There is people trying.
Yeah, this is a misconception, people, that they think that this is a particular standard accent and we have to speak in that accent. So this is very wrong. So this mentality would, discourage them, because
Yes.
whenever we listen to someone speaking in British or American accent, we feel very good, like, wow, they're speaking very good.
Yes.
This has been a tendency among people, and they just want to be like them and they want to just copy them, but this should not happen. If you want, you can, but it would take a long time, like British accent, American, you can. But if you are in India, I always emphasize on these things to the students, that if you are in India, okay, so try to learn Indian accent so that people could understand here in India. And if you're going abroad, like in IELTS, they need a particular way of speaking in IELTS exam. Or if you're shifting to like out of India, like Britain, America, or any other foreign land, so there you have to just like absorb the culture you are living in. So there you can understand, like learn their accent and try to gel well with them, try to understand them. But in India, yeah, Indian accent you should learn.
I was going to ask you about that because in international exams such as past certificates, you are asked a kind of pronunciation and you are tested on your pronunciation. And sometimes you are not tested on your sounds, but you are tested on how you pronounce and if you sound British or American. What do you think about that? I think that the answer has been clear, but what do you think about international exams?
Actually, they they have this, like in IELTS exam, for example, they have this particular accent, like British accent, like advertisement. Have you heard like advertisement? So we say advertisement, it is wrong. The correct pronunciation is advertisement. So I was just going through a video of IELTS student. She said advertisement, and the examiner just corrected him, saying that it is advertisement. So the standard pronunciation they choose for IELTS exam. So for exam, of course, they need a particular pronunciation to like judge the people or to take an exam. So it is mandatory. So they can't help it. So for international exams or such kind of exams, English exams, where English is checked or tested, so I think they have a criteria and we have to follow it. So we can't, help it. So yes,
Excellent.
for that you need to have need to learn proper accent. So otherwise, they will cut your marks on that also.
Yes,
But
that's why.
that is it.
I,
This is the thing. Yeah.
yes, because the other day I was watching Cambridge examination. They posted a video on a girl who was being tested on first certificate, and her pronunciation was not the typical British pronunciation. And then in the results, they wrote that she got a really low level in pronunciation, but everything that she was saying was correctly. I mean, her grammar was excellent. So it's like,
Yeah. So they have this criteria that in along with fluency, you also should have the correct pronunciation. So I think they take British accent as a standard pronunciation, and they just test them on those lines. So yes, for exams, there's no option but to learn particular accent or particular pronunciation, I would say, and how it is pronounced. Otherwise, they would, get low marks. So this is important for them. But in general, if you are speaking, it is not needed, like pronunciation. For example, I would like to quote this tomato. So it has three pronunciations. Like Indian accent, we say it's tomato. We say tomato, and then in British, it is tomato, tomato, like this. And in American, it is tomato, like they say tomato. So it's not able to, the people are not understand when that they hear tomato. So like this they pronounce. And we simple, like you are learning Indian accent, you'll say tomato, tomato. Like this we pronounce tomato, tomato we say. So it depends how, like American is very like a posh kind of language in they speak. So they have another
I like
style
it.
of, yeah.
I really like it because it's more relaxed.
Yeah.
I used to feel really confident when speaking American English. Well,
Okay.
in the English school that I went, they taught me American English, and I used to feel really confident with American English because it's super relaxed. You pronounce the ra sounds,
Yeah.
and it was different. But British English, it's so sometimes you have to know if you are lengthening the sound right or not, and it's quite complicated, and you have to listen a lot.
Yes, yes. We listen a lot, practice a lot. British accent is,
It's hard.
and
Yeah.
Indian accent is very easy. Like you don't have to stress much. Simple. So yes, Indian accent is good. But people here don't recognize this thing.
Yes. And well, I have been working with my students on accents and accepting accents from different countries. We have been listening to different accents. So then I'm going to send you something because we have been talking about Indian English, and I would like to share this with your students and with you as well, so that you can take a look at this. Because
And yes, yeah, okay. Just continue, then I'll say.
no, it's okay.
Okay.
Say it.
So I was telling you that I am starting a new channel on YouTube. So it will be completely English. There will be no other language. So I'll be teaching in English only on that channel. So it could be helpful to you or to your mates if you want to learn more of Indian accent. So
Yes, of course.
yeah, we are connected with on Instagram. Okay. So whenever like in a month or so, I'll start the channel and it will be purely in English. So it would help you if you want to know more about Indian accent.
And why did you decide to open the whole channel in English?
Yeah, there's a particular reason because in as you know that India has a cultural diversity, like cultural diversity, linguistic diversity, I would say in this context. So we say here that every few kilometers the language spoken is changes. The language we speak changes every few kilometers. Can you just imagine, like if you go just 20 kilometers away from here, the language changes, like the dialect changes. Such as the culture, such as the linguistic diversity of India. So that's why when I teach in Hindi, like more than 50% know Hindi, but I said that down south in India, people speak Tamil, Malayalam, and other southern languages. So they don't understand Hindi. So they always tell me that, when please teach in English, we don't understand Hindi. Or the people from Pakistan, Afghanistan, so they always message me that, ma'am, we don't understand Hindi. Please try to teach in English. And so this is the reason that uh, to grow the channel or to spread worldwide, like English are understood by everybody. So I thought that why not create a channel where I could connect with a like worldwide, like nation, um, different from the people of my country. So I could connect with other people as well, like Chinese, Korean, they also learn English. Like all the people who don't have English as their mother tongue, they want to learn English. There's so many countries.
And
So
to
English is,
transmit this and to transmit this beautiful message that you have apart from that, because as listening to you has helped me a lot to understand plenty of things about your culture. Not only that, but to know that there are teachers who want their students to change, to be different. And I think that that is all it's about. It's not to make fun of someone else's accent, but to respect them, because it is all about thinking that they are learning English, and that is the most important thing.
this is important. Actually, I feel that here in India or any other like place, those who speak in British or an American accent, they think they're superior than the people who are, speaking in different accents. So this kind of attitude has to change. When this
Yes.
changes, they can help the like other people who are learning. Yes. So I'm also learning, and as well as I'm teaching also. So I don't make them feel inferior that, okay, you're not able to speak in a particular accent or you're making grammatical mistakes. So I don't do that. I say that you speak, you will make mistakes. When you will make mistakes, you will know, and then you will correct yourself. So speaking
Yes.
is important. If you are not speaking, then how will you make mistakes? So speaking is the most important thing. And here
Apart
people,
from that,
yes,
you have to be willing to make mistakes.
yeah,
You have mistakes and you have errors. And if you're not
yeah.
willing to make errors and mistakes, you're not going to succeed.
So they fear making mistake. They fear being mocked. So the people feel that they will be mocked, they will be laughed at. So due to this, they hesitate. They don't speak with people, and especially with the people who speak in foreign accent, like American, British. So they're more hesitant to speak with them. But this shouldn't happen. They should be more confident enough that whatever they're speaking is good, and they are able to communicate. So I think while we are learning a language, first thing is that you should be confident enough in front of others. Okay, even if the other person is making fun of you, you should just laugh it off and just think that, okay, I have to speak anyhow, no matter who makes fun of me, I have to speak. And second is build a connection. Communication is important, and slowly and gradually you will learn the grammar things also, you'll improve. But speaking is important every day, maybe it's broken, but you have to speak. Otherwise, how will you like get the fluency? And other is that pronunciation thing. So along with speaking, they can just check out the pronunciation. And there are three pronunciation. Even if you type on Google, they just show Indian pronunciation, American and British. So this is the importance of Indian pronunciation, Indian English. So most of the people don't understand this. They always think that British is a standard accent and I have to speak in that accent, or British.
Yes, because you are a teacher. You
Yeah.
think that because you are a teacher, you have to follow that path.
Yeah, they always think that, ma'am, and or some of the people also ask me that, ma'am, do you speak in American accent or do you speak in British accent? So I always say that no, I don't speak in British or American. I would love to, like I would try, I would learn, but right now I am into this thing that at least they should be able to speak. They should feel confident about this language. So gradually in future, I would learn so that if someone asks me, knowledge is important, it's not like if someone asks you what is the American accent, can you speak in this? So you should be able to speak. But for for communicating, day-to-day communication, whatever you are comfortable at, you should speak in that accent. For example, you told me that you found this Indian accent very musical or comfortable.
Yes.
And it's easy to understand as well. So
yes.
You are able to understand each and every word that I'm speaking or that I'm having a conversation. So this is like importance of Indian accent. And in British and American, they just join the words and you won't understand. Like, I'm going to go.
Yes.
So when they say I'm going to go, so a beginner wouldn't understand if he doesn't know that, okay, I am going to go. So this is I'm going to go. Okay, so this is the difference. So yes, it is important for a learner. I think you have your choice is really good. You should go for Indian accent. Then after that, you can learn. If you're a teacher, you have to learn. Keep learning. It's lifelong
Yes,
learning.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we should always be training ourselves and to be open to new ideas. I think that we should be open-minded because this is a problem that we have nowadays. Pronunciation make people want to give up, and we don't have. We have to show them that they can have their own accent and that they can't. I mean, I come from Argentina, a place where we have ra sounds and we say many words with ra, and we have this Shwa sound, which is really weak, and people find it really difficult to pronounce plenty of sounds in English, and then they give up and they say, I am not good enough to learn English. I was not born to learn English. And I think that anyone was born to learn English. I think that we all work hard to. I always tell my students, we're really hard to be here. It's not that I am clever, because they say, you are really clever. I am not clever. I am persistent and I work really hard on this. And if you work hard, you are going to get exactly the same results or even better results. So
right. Persistence is very important. If you give up, then how will you learn? You have to like keep learning. And that you told about the schwa sound, it is important. One of the most important vowel sounds in English. It is very important. So
it's
I went
really
through
important,
schwa
because
sound.
if you do not, if you have to be able to recognize it firstly, and then in my case I was able to recognize it, and then I was able to produce it, but it was really difficult. I have to train a lot, and I think that sometimes our students do not get what a native is saying because of those sounds that they use, because they use schwa sound. For example,
Schwa sound is, yeah.
we don't
I would like
say
to give an
yes.
example of schwa sound. Government.
For
government, government. So here, ver, this three, the words together are pronounced as a. Government. We don't say government. We don't say like that. We say government. So a. So here comes the a. We don't pronounce we don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So government. Simple. So when you learn, you apply. Okay. So this is how the language is learned. You just learn, apply, don't give up. So you're giving a good message to your students that giving up is never has been an option.
An
Never
option.
will be. Yeah, never will be an option. Never has been an option. So you have to just continue speaking. And the most important thing is that people shouldn't be hesitant. They should be very confident enough. Yes, even if they are being mocked at, they should be able to answer back that, okay, I'm learning and I'm improving. And positive thoughts, creating the positive thoughts, okay, I'm learning, I'm improving. Daily saying to yourself that I'm learning, I'm improving. And this would obviously turn out to be something magical and you would, learn something. But you shouldn't give up.
No.
Yeah. You would, yeah, this is the thing. You are giving a good message and you should continue doing that. So how long have you been teaching?
In 2 years, because I'm beginning. It's my beginning. And
No.
well,
You are good. You are good. You're very good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other questions do you have?
No. Do you want to say something? Because it is, then you're going to upload this on your YouTube channel. So if you want to say something, I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually in the beginning I should have introduced you, but it was like I couldn't introduce you.
Okay, no problem. It's okay.
So I'll be making a particular short video where I'll be telling them, okay, so you're from Argentina or you're learning. So I'll just make a particular video and okay, can you send me your picture, like one picture? So I just on a thumbnail, yes, you can send me one picture. So I'll just on a thumbnail, my picture will be there and your picture will be there. So
excellent.
Send me a good quality picture on Instagram. Then I'll edit this video and then I'll upload it. Then you can show to your mates as well. So it was lovely. So much. It was lovely talking to you. And I wish we could connect in future with some good stuff. We can have discussions.
Yes, of course. You have. I am saying yes because it's amazing, and apart from that, it's a really good message for students to see teachers interacting, teachers from different countries interacting. And yes, because sometimes we work. I mean, we can even share tips about how to teach, and I have been thinking about opening a TikTok account, but it was like, okay, maybe I should go on practicing my pronunciation. Maybe I am not good enough, and maybe I should go on trying. And I was a bit insecure, but then when I watched your videos, I was like, I have to do it. Okay. I have to do it. You really inspired me to do something else about the thing that I like, because all my students told me, Miss, you should open an account and you should share tips because you are really good at what you are doing. And well,
no, you should do that. You don't think about others, what others will be thinking, or you're feeling hesitant to do that. You should just do that, and gradually you will see that you're improving and you are able to share your thoughts, and it will be helpful for the learners as well. So it's good. You should start on Instagram. Okay. You start through reels. You can start.
Yes.
Yeah. So I make reels on Instagram. I just impart knowledge through reels. So you can do that through reels on Instagram. You can have wider reach.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, it was a pleasure, and I hope that you enjoy this time. Thank you so much for helping us, and well, thank you. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too. See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye. See ya.
Bye.